Woj also reports that not only has James Harden turned down that 2-year, $105 million extension, that sources tell Woj Harden's conversations with KD and Kyrie Irving have ramped up. Harden has made it clear to ownership he is singularly focused on a trade to the Nets. Houston and Brooklyn have been in contact, but according to Woj, no meaningful dialogue yet. Perk, first off, what do you think about James turning down $50 million a year and then possibly going to join the Brooklyn Nets?
Well, first of all, Rachel, him turning down 2-year, $100 million, like those old people used to say, God bless his heart, because it couldn't have been me, not $50 million a year. But here's the thing. James wanting to go to the Nets, I'm all in for it, right? I mean, he's done more than enough for the Rockets organization. But here's the thing. Tillman Fertitta and the organization, they're not just about to give James Harden up. And matter of fact, they're not giving him up unless they could get back an MVP caliber player or somewhat close to it, like a Kyrie Irving. So, you know, we're hearing the rumors about Spencer Dinwiddie and maybe Karis LeVert, but the Rockets don't want that. They're not giving it up, because what's going to happen is if you give up a guy like James Harden, it's basically suicidal for your organization, and you're going to set yourself back 5 to 7 years. So they have to be very careful and take their time, especially when they're trying to move James Harden that has done so much for this franchise.
Well, Perk, when you trade a James Harden, that's what you're trying to do, is set yourself back 6 or 7 years, because you want to accumulate assets with young players and draft picks and get into a rebuild mode. And so you don't see MVP caliber players getting traded for other MVP caliber players. So when you trade James Harden, you're saying, we're done. You know, this ship has sunk. It's time to go in a new direction. It's time to rebuild. And so it's time for us to gather assets and some talent for the future. And that's what this trade is all about. I mean, you're not going to get Kyrie Irving for James Harden. That's just not going to happen. You know, you're trying to put those guys together if you're the Brooklyn Nets. And that's why they've had open dialogue between them three guys. And so Houston is saying, look, we got a whole new coach. We got a whole new general manager. Westbrook's not happy. He wants out. Harden is not happy. He wants out. And so now it's time to go into a rebuild with a new young coach and go in a different direction.
But, Pete, that's how you feel. But that's not how Tillman Fertitta in the front office of the Houston Rockets feel. They don't want to go through a rebuilding stage. That's why they acquired Trevor Ariza last night, because him and James Harden are good buddies. And when Trevor Ariza was here, he was the heart and soul of the team. Hopefully that he could persuade James to change his mind to stay as a Rocket. You got to read between the lines, P. It's right here in front of your face.
Hey, listen, it ain't going to be a reason trying to convince him to stay, because if $50 million didn't convince him, then nobody can.
Hey, Rachel, you know what's happening right now? You know what's happening right now between me and Paul to start the show? This is me and him arguing in the locker room back in our Boston days. And you know what? We'll finish this later.
I am aware. Absolutely. And look, reporting has been out from Woj and all of the people at our place who have been working on this story that the Houston Rockets do want to try to salvage this relationship with James Harden, that if that can work, that would be a good thing for them, not force them into a position they don't want to be in. That being said, if they do feel they need to trade him, and he does still have 2 years left on his contract, so it'll be interesting if they feel like the pressure from him is enough. But if they do feel they need to trade him, our friend Bill Simmons likes to say when you're trading a player of that caliber, you're giving up $1, but you're only getting 4 quarters back. You are not getting that elite equivalent player, as Paul says. You're not really trading MVP, former MVP. Could you possibly be trading big pieces, and could they get some of the draft picks back that they gave up in the Russell Westbrook trade if they make a trade for James, get some good quality players, and then also get some more of their future back? We will have to see about that. But it's going to be interesting. Just buckle up, guys, because it's going to be a week here in the NBA, as we have already seen. Thanks for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.